This is how I went from being an absolute joke on the mountain to improving by over 20 seconds in just 30 days. Now, I'm no Keiichi Tsuchiya, Takumi, or Brian O'Connor, but I can show you my approach to building confidence in the car and the mindset I had when trying to improve my times. I also had one secret weapon, and that was the car I drove. It was the 8.6. No, not the red one, the iconic panda-colored tofu delivery car currently trailing. Classic 8.6 has a reputation for training the driver. I found that hard to believe. How could a car help someone to become a better driver? Well, let's find out by first looking at my first run. All right, a 5:18 first run, not too bad. In hindsight, now that I'm a better driver, it was pretty bad. But learning to drive the 8.6 on the downhill is going to be a rough lesson for most beginners and even some intermediate level drivers. I remember my first week of driving this car almost had me rage quitting. I was driven to improve, but no matter what I did, it seemed like the car couldn't make some corners or not lock up. I believe this is the main reason why the 8.6 is able to train the driver. The car has very clear limits. You will make the same mistake over and over again if you're carrying too much speed in the corner. No matter how hard you brake, you won't be able to make it. That's why in this footage, I was often going way too deep in the corner, understeering like mad. And the 8.6 exposed that I have a throttle happy problem. This one fact actually helped me improve my driving across many different types of cars. The next problem the car exposed was that I had a tendency to not rev match properly, which would send me into a spin. Other cars, I didn't notice it as much, but the 8.6 was constantly throwing me out and I thought, am I locking the brakes? But no, it was actually terrible rev matching. I say that, but then right there, I actually did lock the brakes and I turned in, which caused me to spin out. This car made me realize a lot of flaws in my driving. I had it all. Locking the brakes, not rev matching properly, slamming the throttle way too much, airing way too much speed into the corners. These are bad habits that I was getting away with because I was used to driving GT3 cars, cream of the crop sports cars, which would let you get away with these things. This is why I suggest that if you want to improve, 8.6 is for you. Here are some of the things that the 8.6 taught me, and these are only the ones I remembered. There's definitely more. I don't really want to go too in depth into these because honestly, you should just go drive the car in the game. You'll thank me later. Now let's see after 30 days if the 8.6 can truly save your driving. You will also notice right away that my seat settings have changed a bit and I'm sitting way closer to the wheel. This gives better depth perception, or better perception of the speed, I should say. A GTR R34 is right on my tail, or it was until it hit the gutter. I can actually make corners now that are hairpins and not skid too much or lock up. Exit is a lot smoother than before, and the car seems stable in the straights. I'm not just completely flooring it. Oh, goodbye GTR. It was nice doing a run with you for a little bit. Stable is fast is what this car taught me. I knew I was on a good run, so I kind of tried to take it conservative through there, but it really didn't work out. Let's see if I understeer through this corner like mad. Nope, stable. Clip the inside. See, not perfect. I think that's actually the beauty of this is after 30 days I improved, but there's still things I could clearly see and oh shit, that was bad. Clearly things that I could do today to improve my run. Side note, I think you should definitely look at your replays, see where you're messing up. Very important if you want to make more time. And I used to hate this sector of the mountain here, the S curves. So much fun now that I'm not carrying way too much speed into it. It's like Apex City. I did carry a little bit too much speed in there, but I managed to control the slide. And one mistake does lead to another, but I managed to fix it by lightly braking and don't understeer through this corner. I thought the run was going to end right there. Epiphany about driving that the 8.6 caused me to have is that when controlling the understeer, it really does feel like you're going faster, but in reality, you're just overdriving the car. That was another thing the 8.6 taught me, and a lot of people from my TikTok comment section were roasting me about, so I'm not sure if that was the 8.6 or if that was just the comments, so guess we'll never know. Now this high-speed sector was always tough for me. It's hard to balance full sending it through and not trying to bin it into the guardrail there. That was a pretty good balance, kind of sketch. It didn't feel like I was driving the car. It felt like the car was driving me. Anyways, we had a pretty solid entrance and exit there, so that was good. So far my exits have been smooth. Throttle control is major. The next thing I'm trying to fix is upshifting a little earlier to simplify my driving. It'll be easier to control the steering when I don't have to worry about shifting up in the middle of a corner. Essentially, I want to have more RPMs available. Now if I recall, we're entering the worst part of the run, the 5 consecutive hairpins. The first hairpin, pretty good, not too bad. However, I kind of recall that I may have clipped the gutter, lost a lot of speed, and understeered into a lot of them. Yeah, I lost a lot of speed on the exit by getting on the throttle a little too early. The 5 consecutive hairpins are a little bit interesting to me because sometimes I can nail them all perfectly, other times it's a mess. I guess it's really a mental battle of like when you mess up one, don't think about messing up the next one. 'Cause yeah, I was definitely in my head. I knew the time was fast, I was on track for a personal best, and right here, I probably lost like 1 to 2 seconds easily. We are finally getting out of the hairpins now. Got the last one right. I guess it's the last one that counts. And this next corner, I remember I went into a little bit of a slide, and I don't know if it was faster than driving a grip. Let me know what you guys think. You think sliding there slowed me down, or was that good? One thing that really helps me focus a lot, and this is not exactly pertaining to the 8.6, but try to reduce the screeching of the tires. Tire sounds give you a good understanding of whether you're understeering, just slamming on the brakes too hard. So definitely turn up the volume and listen. It's more information to compensate for the lack of G-forces, which I clearly didn't do. I used to be embarrassed looking back at my replays, seeing all my mistakes, but now I get excited because I see the mistakes as opportunities to improve my time and continue towards becoming a faster and better driver. The 8.6 will only teach you so much if you're not willing to learn from it. That is the most important mind shift if you want to become a faster driver. There we go, a 4:54, and I see opportunity for 4 to 5 seconds of improvement. And that's going to be the next goal, break the 450 barrier. Join the Discord community in the description box below. Race on the Aesthetic Courses server where you can learn to hone your skills, collaborate with other drivers to learn new techniques, and participate in time attack events and races that I will be hosting personally. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more sim racing content. Anyways, catch you on the mountain.